Hello, welcome to the academic courses video on gurukulportal.com on a mobile device. So what you want to do first is grab your mobile device and navigate to gurukulportal.com on any web browser. Then at the top, click on the 4 bars and go down to the Quiz Me section. Here you can see Gurukul automatically assigns a randomly generated quiz ID for each of your quizzes, or we can retake an old quiz if we've logged in and registered with Gurukul Portal. And if we go down, we can see the multiple criteria we can input to tailor make our quiz for ourselves. If we go down and we can select the course type, in this video we're going to go over academic courses. And we can select the exam body, and we have various exam bodies across the world, and we're going to expand soon. So if we go CBSE, the grade we can also select, let's suppose grade 12, and we can even go further and go, let's suppose the subject, the chapter, and even the topic within the chapter. But if we want a quiz on the entire course, we can leave those blank, scroll down, and the number of questions, we can say how many we want. Let's suppose 7 questions. And the time we want to allot ourselves. We can do 20 minutes, 1 hour, even 5 hours if we want. But let's just do 3 minutes for this tutorial then. Then we click done, and we can select the question source, contributor, and difficulty level. However, to mimic exam situations, they're going to be randomized from very difficult questions to quite simple questions. Thus, if we leave those sections blank, then Gurukul will automatically randomize them. Then once we filled in the necessary boxes, we can simply click on Quiz Me. And we can see that the quiz was created successfully. Then as soon as we click attempt, the timer will start. So let's click attempt, and we can see that we've selected CBSE, grade 12, and the math section for the title. And down here we can see the question, the possible answers, and we got to select them. So let's suppose we have B. Next. Question, answer, boom. And as you might have noticed, down here we have a scroll wheel that will show the amount of time that has elapsed thus far. And if we go down here, we can see the total questions we have, the total time that we have for the entire quiz, and how many we've answered so far. In this case, we've answered 2 questions, and we've answered both of them. So we can see that we've had 2 answered questions. Now if we go up, and let's suppose we don't know the answer to this question, what we can do is click next. And if we scroll down, we can see that the total answered has not changed, as we did not answer the previous question. But now if we answer this question, we can see that the total answered is now 3. So if we go up and we can answer the rest of these questions, and then once we arrive on the last question, you can see that this next box is grayed out. This is because you can't go to the next question if it's the last question. So if we go down, we can see that the total number answered so far is only 5. In fact, this is because Gurukul doesn't count the current essentially slide you're on as an answered question. So even if we go up and answer this question, it will still not change unless we go to the next question. But that's not possible if it's the last question. So what we need to do is, we know that we've answered 5 questions, however there's 7 total, which means that if we've answered every question before the last question, the total answered should be 6. However, it's 5, which means that we've either skipped a question or we missing answer. So in this case, we did in fact skip the question, and we can click on previous and go change it. However, if we don't know the answer and we just want to leave it blank, then we can go ahead and submit the quiz. Gurukul will say that skipped answers or skipped questions will be incorrect answers. So we can see that the quiz is complete, and we got 1 question correct and 6 incorrect straight off the bat. So now if we click OK, it will take us to essentially a dashboard where we can see everything about our quiz. So we have essentially the categories we inputted at the start, and then a dashboard saying the number of questions, the correct answers, and how many marks we obtained. The marks are assigned based on the difficulty of the questions. Thus, if we go down, then we can see in the question there's many different things that are going on. Firstly, in the options below, A, B, C, D, we can see that the 1B answer is bolded and D has the correct text beside it. If one answer is bolded, that means we selected that answer. But if it has the correct text beside it, that is the correct answer. Thus, in this case, this answer was incorrect. Now, if we scroll down, we can see here that it was bolded here and it was also the correct answer, which means that we in fact got this answer correct. And if we go back up to any one of these questions, in fact, and let's suppose we don't agree with this answer, okay? We can give it a thumbs down, or we agree, yeah, thumbs up. Or let's suppose there's a complete mistake in this question and it just can't be sort of interpreted any other way. Then what we can do is click on the flag and actually report the issue to the Gurukul developers. What that will do is that it will show in front of their screens and they can go through the issue and update the questions or change it based on your comments. So now we can either submit that, and then once we're done all that, that is essentially the dashboard for the quiz. We can go back and create a new quiz by clicking create new quiz, or we can click on the download button beside it. What that will do is that it will let us download the questions as a PDF document. So we can click that, and it takes a bit to load because it's generating the PDF of the entire quiz that we've done. And as you can see, it will generate the entire quiz as a PDF document. So you can answer it if you don't want to use Gurukul's online sort of system. If we go back, we can also download it with the answers, which also take a bit to load because it's essentially doing formatting and such to make sure that the questions fit on the PDF properly. And here you can see that there's also explanations. And for this question, since it's a large calculation-based question, it shows a hefty explanation as to why the answer is the answer. Yes, so that's that. And if we go back, once we've gone through all those, we can go back and create a new quiz if we want to practice even more. And then you can see it will take us back to the original page we were at, and we have a different quiz ID than before. Thank you.